You feel this nervousness on the phone there?
Sir, I've been trying to make an urgent phone call up there.
Well, I don't think it's something I want to do on an overseas phone.
You gotta make some phone calls. Hang up the phone. Prank caller. Prank caller.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to Packernet After Dark. This is the call-in show, the Packernet Podcast Network. If you'd like to call in, if you'd like to participate in the show, please feel free to do so. The phone number here is 608-501-0718. New callers go directly to the front of the line. We don't have any new callers, and by the way, I mentioned this tomorrow, but since that's not until tomorrow, if I sound weird to you, I bit my tongue pretty bad, and so it sounds like I got my tongue pierced. Let's get started with Chris from Alabama. This is 3:19, so we're talking right at around kickoff time.
What's going on, Ryan? Chris from Alabama.
What's up?
I know I'm playing with fire right now, calling right before the game starts. If it don't get played, I ain't tripping, man.
I got you.
I just had a couple of thoughts before the game, and I actually wanted to kind of say something about this Viking Bears game. Look like the Bears trying to have some good luck here, and they might end up kind of helping us out a little bit and get this.
By the way, the Bears' greatest team in history at this year, coming up with the most creative, heartbreaking losses I've ever seen in my entire life. We are entering, I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy territory. We're not there yet, but we're almost there. It is unbelievable. To lose in a Hail Mary, the way that they did, as brutally as they did, to lose to the Packers with a blocked kick, and then, and this is the thing I said last week, just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, you have a block kick by the Packers. That is a bigger heartbreaker than even the Hail Mary for Bears fans, right? Okay, moving right along. So then what do we got? Now we've got a game that doesn't matter as much as the Packers, let's just say, but it's still the Vikings. They're still a rival, and you have one of the most miraculous comebacks ever. There's almost no time on the clock at all. You drive down and score. You get an onside kick, which just never freaking happens anymore, not with the rule changes. And then you drive down again, and you get and by the way, a 2-point conversion on top of the field goal. Then drive down again and get a field goal. So now it's tied to go into overtime. Then you win the coin toss, right? But then Caleb is a freaking idiot, has 5 minutes in the pocket, decides rather than throwing it away or whatever, he's going to dance around until he gets sacked. You go 3 and out, have to punt and lose. I mean, crazy. I can't wait to find out what they're going to come up with next week.
Victory in overtime if they can not make a mistake, but we are talking about the Bears. But anyway, man, I see that Brock Purdy is out. They got a lot of people out on the 49ers. And this game is actually set up for us not to lose it. We should win it, but we said that last week. So I just feel like we can't go into this game thinking that it's all but one because of all the injuries. 49ers back is against the wall. So even despite the injuries, I feel like they're going to come out with some type of fire because it seems like their season is pretty much on the line.
Yep.
I won't necessarily say it's all the way on the line, but it is. They are in desperate times right now. Being with the Cardinals and the Seahawks playing each other, especially with a Cardinal win, that makes it that much more harder for them if they were to lose and be 2 games back. But I don't care. I don't want them to win, so I don't like the 49ers, so it doesn't matter to me. But with that being said, we just have to come out. I just want to see a clean game on both sides of the football. I want to see a little bit more fight. On the defensive side, defense should have a day. You're going up against a bag-up quarterback. And I know we're missing Jair again, but to be honest, I don't want to say we shouldn't need him, but it shouldn't be a big factor of seeing what we saw last week when Jair went out the game. I just want to see good, solid football on both sides of the ball, man. We should come out here, handle our business, do what we got to do. And it looks like we might be a game closer if the Bears can come out. They got the ball. And if they can come out and score a touchdown and somehow win this game, it'll help us out a lot. But yeah, really can't worry about that. Only thing we got to do is just keep winning, keep finding a way to win. That's what I'm looking for, man. Solid on both sides of the ball. About to get ready to kick back and get ready for the kickoff. And I'll talk to y'all at halftime. Go Pack, go.
Yeah, it's funny. I feel like I've already given my opinion, so I want to hear everybody else's, but you haven't heard my opinion yet. That's for tomorrow. So that's I got to remember that. I am interested to see, because that's more or less what we got, right? I mean, a freaking blowout. Just destroyed them. I would say they played well on both sides. Scored a bunch of points, allowed no points. Special teams was basically flawless. So, I mean, almost not flawless if it wasn't for all the penalties, but the penalties were there, so let's just call it flawless. So, but again, I'm just curious how this is going to go. Pac-Man Jersey Gym, we are at 3:29, so we got to be maybe first drive-ish, so this should be all good stuff.
Hey, Ryan, Pac-Man Jersey Gym here.
Hey.
I had never thought I'd say this, but I got to give thanks in the spirit of Thanksgiving week. I got to give thanks to Dallas Cowboys and Big Mike over there for pulling off a win. They kind of helped us beating the Redskins.
Yeah, that was big.
Yeah, you might want to get your bleep button out because I don't say Commanders.
Oh, I don't care about that.
Commanders is
I didn't even notice.
Name for a franchise. I mean, come on, what's next? Guardians. Anyway, more importantly than that, prayers to Eckler. Hopefully he's doing all right, man. I don't know. He looked like a Tua thing going on. Other than that, what a crazy fourth quarter that was.
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of looked like a glitch on your Xbox with the spin move from Turpin. That was insane.
That was awesome.
McLaurin going, 70-something yards on a pass. The onside kick, it was very entertaining at the end, but hopefully our guys can help ourselves out today. I mean, I hear Kittle's back.
He is.
Purdy's out.
Yep.
You know. Anyway, go Pack, go. If I don't talk to you fellas, have a happy Thanksgiving. Peace.
Well, we'll be talking to you in about 5 minutes later.
Wow, what do we got, a repeat of last week? Where they're not going to call penalties on the 49ers? I clearly saw that dude jump off sides, and all of a sudden, we get a holding penalty. Ridiculous. Go Pack, go. We'll talk to you guys later.
The refs, I don't think, did a fantastic job. They got booed about 9 times, thanks to them just not having any idea what they're doing. Outside of that, though, and maybe it's just because we ended up doing better on the penalty front, so it doesn't feel that bad. I mean, there were a couple times, of course, like every time I'm looking at it going, that was clearly a freaking hold, but that's every game. I guess outside of the they don't know what they're talking about, I didn't think it was terribly officiated today.
Nothing says cheesehead like Kraft. Let's go.
Tucker Kraft. Let's see. So that's 3:38. Oh, we only got one more call for that. All right, we gotta get the bleep button here ready to see if I can get this.
Daddy! Come back! Tucker, cheese, crap,
Oh.
slices!
Tucker.
Let's beat the pants off of these clowns!
Hey, that was a great touchdown. By the way, Google's getting a little jumpy there. He said it now. He said Tucker. It's all right. That was a fantastic. Tucker Kraft is, it was interesting. I haven't been as focused on fantasy football, but my son forces me to be focused because got to set your lineup, got to do this. So we got to sit down and spend a bunch of time going through stuff. Anyways, I had to pick somebody up and I had to drop somebody. I didn't know who to drop, and I was like, maybe I'll drop Tucker. And I looked at it. He's actually been really good all year except this past week because he had no receptions, so he had 0 points. But even then, like I said, he should have had 2. But even beyond all that, the way that guy plays football, I said this in tomorrow's podcast, but I swear his bones are made of titanium or something, man. Tungsten, I don't know, whatever. They're made of gold. There's something freaking heavy because that guy is bigger than what his weight seems to be. Did you see how our center went flying Tucker Kraft, who's already powering through other defenders, bumps into a 300-plus pound center that we have on our team, and that guy goes flying in the air. How powerful is that guy? Not to mention that diving play later in the game where he almost scores a touchdown. Even on that one, it's like somebody threw a Ford F-150. I don't understand how he is as strong as he is.
Romeo Dubs said he's having a day. So the janitor from Connecticut, I'm just celebrating Romeo Dubs. Let's go. Let's beat these Niners, even though they have no players.
Yeah, I thought Romeo was going to I thought he was going to have a comeback day after that one catch. So I think he has just 2 drops after that. One of them, obviously, you kind of forgive him a little bit because it looks like he got rocked. But hopefully he's doing okay, by the way. I haven't seen any updates. Haven't really super looked, but I'm hoping he's all right. But yeah, pretty. This was a game where you needed a little bit of everybody. It was the running back really carried us, but we needed some help because Christian was not pulling his weight. Dobbs started to fall apart. Stuff just was not happening. But we got the good catch from Dobbs. We got the great runs from our entire running back group. We had a catch from Wicks. We had Tucker Kraft. We needed a little bit from everybody today in order to get over. I shouldn't say get over the finish line. We obliterated them, but it was a team effort today for sure. Snacks, what's going on?
Hey, golly, he's tough, isn't he? Holy man! I mean, his ability to take contact, almost invite it, and just bounce. I mean, I miss Aaron Jones and watching him run from Minnesota earlier today. Well, he did fumble, and I don't miss that. But man, I mean, Jacobs is what a fine addition.
He's so strong.
That has been. I mean, tough as nails.
The Packers and Gutekunst have been trying to shake that soft label that they had, and that's been kind of a plan of his for a long time. And I feel like for the first time, I don't know that we're like when you think about some of the biggest, strongest, most violent teams, I don't know that we're quite on that level, but man, they are moving in that direction. When you look at, let's put it this way. They out-physicaled the 49ers today. That wasn't even debatable. Josh Jacobs is out there like breaking records for most broken tackles, and Tucker Kraft is running through people's faces. You even had, who was that? I think it was Emmanuel Wilson even leveled somebody. I mean, it was mutual. They both went flying. But still, just the inviting of contact, come on, I want this. Give me this. Give me everything you freaking got because I want it right now. I respect the heck out of that. And the offensive line today even was really starting to move people. So, yeah, I love, I mean, it's football, man. How could you not love physical football?
An easy guy for younger guys to look at and be like, he's working his ass off. Every time anybody on the sidelines tries to come over to him after, he looks like he's about to pass out. He's just on his knees, like telling everybody to get away from him. I mean, coaches, not his teammates. And it's just, he's a beacon of light, man, and tough as, pardon my language, shoot.
Okay.
All right, man. I like it. We got to put the wood to him, man. I don't know if I've ever seen us blow out San Francisco, ever, and since I've been alive. I mean, have we ever really put it to him? I mean, I'm even talking about going back to like the 90s. I mean, let's do it, man. Let's just go. Love it.
Well, by the way, let's see, it's 4:22. You're only an hour into it. I appreciate the optimism to call the blowout before the game's over. But, it feels good blowing out that freaking team.
Let's go. 17-0. This is what was supposed to happen with the 49ers, as injured as they are. I love it. It's absolutely a relief to see. Obviously, still early in the game, but let's be honest, that quarterback on the 49ers is not going to be doing anything today. I had a funny theory that this guy is so bad, they put him in because they knew they would get their butts kicked, and they just wanted an excuse because he has that finger injury.
So they put in someone that they knew would be kind of an easy excuse for the loss, but I'm sure that's not the case. But it would be pretty funny. And yeah, he's so bad. Why don't they have a better backup quarterback? Like, I don't know, but whatever it is, I'm very grateful for that. But more importantly, man, Jordan Love is
You guys
just
must be still relatively early into the game, because I'll be honest, I thought he did perfectly fine. I thought he had a pretty good day. In the very, very beginning of the game, that was my first thought. I mean, I even said they might pull him because he doesn't look like he knows what he's doing. But after, I don't know, second or third drive or something like that, that's when they started to really cut through us, the run game and the pass game. It felt like the defense couldn't stop anything. They're getting chunk after chunk. Every single guy is wide open. Passes are all on the money. That pass to Kittle, sort of that back shoulder thing, was about as perfectly thrown and perfectly executed of a play as you could ever see. Just absolutely ridiculous. I thought he had a good day. He started off slow. Ending was not the best, but even that, it wasn't like he did anything necessarily wrong. We just started to really dial up pressure and everything, and he was just throwing a lot of balls away and whatnot, and good pass breakups, et cetera, et cetera. So, but no, I thought, again, we'll see as we go along with the perspectives, but I thought he did decent.
Hey, Ryan, how you doing?
Good.
Packernet here. Wow, what a first half. We looked pretty goddamn good, to tell you the truth. Whip out the bleep button. Jacobs is doing awesome. I'm glad that they're getting him some room and doing this, getting him some space. And then at the end of the quarter, the end of the half, almost the end of the half, I had flashbacks of 2022 with Watson. It was right in his hands, man.
I know.
And I'm not going to blame the kid, but it's like, oh, my God. That's the one you needed to have to bury the 49ers. Dude, you know what? I really can't complain. They're just like, bleep it, shitting on these guys, and I'm having a good old time over here. And from what I'm seeing from the scoreboards, I'm not feeling so bad about last week anymore, because the Bears actually gave the fraudulent Vikings a run for their money. Overtime field goal. Like, wow. Anyways, go Pack, go. Hopefully we can seal the deal with these guys and get back on track. Talk to you guys later. Peace.
Yeah, Christian Watson drop. I mean, that really hurt, like deep in my bones. First of all, that's a walk-in touchdown. That would have been such a beautiful play to just have. We haven't really had that. And it was right there. That was his moment. I mean, if he did that, we'd all be talking about, he did it again. He's back. He's our guy. And instead, I'm sitting here going, well, I guess it lasted 1 week. So there you go. Very, very frustrating. But again, it was a good enough team effort. Got everybody together, scraped it together, and were able to just continually drive down the field, and execute is the most important thing. They got set up with turnovers and fumbles and all kinds of stuff. Fourth down, failure that put the Packers right in that zone. So I think at least like 3 times they were right down there because of one of those things. But you still got to score, and they came away with 6 just about every time. I think actually every time. I think they were 5 for 5 in the red zone. So we got to take a break. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We got Chris from Alabama. We're all calling around the same time. We got a bunch of calls in this range. So we'll be right back.
What's going on, Ryan? Chris from Alabama, man. Halftime 17-7 so far. Like what I see for the most part. The end of the half or the last 49er drive of the second quarter, that was kind of, I wouldn't say concerning, but I mean, they need to tighten up more on defense a little bit more. They've been doing a good job. That was basically their only drive of the game. But for the most part, the defense been doing their job. Offense been looking great. Jacobs looking great. Everything is pretty much on par. Dobbs with 3 key third down catches on the drive before the last drive of the was it the last drive? Well, the drive before the last drive, I should say. The last drive of the half, though. Why are we bombing the ball down the field? I get the first one to Christian. Man, you got to catch that. That was touchdown. You got to catch that. I get it. The other two, the Bo Melt one, okay. DB got back and got a position. That last one to Christian seemed forced. It seemed extremely forced, like he was trying to give him another ball back. But you got 2 timeouts. You had 2 good runs with Jacobs. You got pretty much your whole playbook. We needed to at least come out with 3 points on that drive, and I just felt like that was squandered.
Yep.
And I know some people might say that there was play calling involved in that, but I don't think that was just...
Listen, this is very simple. If you're mad about play calling, I don't know why, because we had 3 guys open. And by the way, it's not as though... Just because Jordan threw that ball doesn't mean that was his only option. You call a play and you have other options. It's not like Matt LaFleur said, I'm going to call this play and this is your only read and your only option. So that's nonsense. Jordan was the one that decided it needed to be pushed down the field every single play. The first one was dropped. The next 2, by the way, 3 times somebody was open. First one was dropped. Next 2 were horribly underthrown. And it was fortunate they didn't get picked. You had guys open and couldn't throw to them, except the first time, which was dropped. So, I'm torn between, that was stupid. Why did you do that? We didn't need to be bombing it down the field every time. And that, the decision wasn't the problem. It was the execution. So, again, just kind of torn on, I guess what's more frustrating is the decision to do it, which was unnecessary, or just the freaking garbage execution.
I mean, the play call was good. I'm pretty sure everybody wasn't going deep. I'm pretty sure it was something underneath over the middle. They read the replay. I couldn't really see it, but it's just like we had the whole playbook. We had 2 timeouts. Had about 50 seconds left in the game before we started bombing down the field. So I don't get that one. I hope they don't come back to hurt us. But for the most part, we've been playing good. They did get a little momentum with that touchdown, and they do get the ball to start the second half. So hopefully we can come on out the defense and go ahead and get back to doing what they were doing before they last drive the 49ers had, and the offense can continue to just march up and down the field because they really can't stop us on offense. It was just that last drive that was kind of like, okay, dude, we're bombing down the field like we don't have any timeouts or anything like that. But I mean, for the most part, so far so good. Clean ball game. No mistakes, no interceptions, no turnovers so far. Pretty good ball game. So we should be in the driver's seat here. I mean, it shouldn't be nothing. It's nothing that I see. But
he doesn't call back for a few minutes. I don't know. Oh no, I don't know why it took him a few minutes. Let's get to the next part here.
Yeah, 3-minute monster got me. I figured that was gonna happen. But basically, the only thing else I was gonna say is I don't really see anything alarming or something. Of the gratitude for us to not win this game. I mean. Basically, we just come out and keep doing what we were doing before that last drive the 49ers had. It seemed like, what's his name? Brandon Allen kind of settled down on that last drive. Maybe, kind of pick our poison on the pressure or whatever. I get bringing pressure. He's a backup quarterback trying to get pressure, get home. But I mean, maybe we kind of confuse them, bring them, drop them. Get them confused a little bit. I mean, it's nothing alarming. We can just keep doing what we're doing. Defense just may stop, and offense just keep grinding the ball. Get the ball to number 8, man. Let him run that thing, man. He having a damn good day on the ground. Get that ball to number 8. Play off the run. Play action down the field. Watch him, man. Got to catch them, man. I think he's gonna get another chance though. I think he'll get another chance in this game to redeem himself from that catch. I kind of got a strange feeling that he gonna get him one. He gonna get one of them long ones because they been getting behind the defense here. Like a couple of replays I've been seeing Watson and Milton and some guys open on that back end. So he'll get another opportunity to redeem himself, man. But yeah, man, we just keep doing what we doing and we'll come out of here with a victory. I mean, honestly, we need to go ahead and dominate in the second half. I mean, this is a wounded team. We need to go ahead and put our foot on their neck and go ahead and handle our business. But go, Pack, go, and I'll talk to y'all after the game.
Yeah, and again, you can tell we're starting to slowly get into that point where it's like, some stuff's starting to turn a little bit. But I'm glad so far the optimism has stayed up. Again, this is something we should be excited about for a lot of reasons. Talk about that tomorrow. But the only reason I'm curious, and I mentioned this on the podcast, the only reason I'm tempted to think that there's going to be some negativity out there is because I felt it in my soul and I was doing everything I could to suppress it because I knew it was a wrong and horrible and evil spirit that needed to be suppressed. So I'm appreciating the energy so far. You can tell we're not quite in the dark period. But, again, at the end, it's a very brief period where it's like, oh, shoot, things are getting scary. Kind of pull out of that tailspin and just frickin' just start pressing on their neck. Snacks, what's up?
Oof, Reverend Randy Watson. Tough drop. But again, I feel like I don't know, of all our receivers, I actually think he's probably played, if not the best, well, maybe Reed, but he's up there. It sucks that he dropped it, but I feel like we looked really good. Defense got a little loose into that half, letting them get through. But I don't know. Defense got to tighten up that whole 41-0-7 thing I was talking about earlier. I don't know if that's within reach any longer, but God, if he'd caught that, we would have had it. We'd have had a shot at it. But great throw by Jordan. The next two throws, did he need to throw to the 5-yard line again? Like, just get 10 or 15, get 3, and let's get out of there. I don't know. That kind of annoyed me. But otherwise, I'm in, baby. March.
Again, we're all on the same page. That series was super annoying. And again, it was on one hand it was unnecessary, on the other hand it was there. I mean, there were 3 completions just waiting to be had. The next 2 were a little bit tougher, but it was there. Just put a little air under the ball, no problem. But whatever, didn't end up mattering all that much in the end.
Yeah, 3-minute monster got me. I figured that was going to happen.
Sorry, we did that one already. That's why I was confusing, because he called after snacks. Garrett.
Hey, Ryan. It's halftime. I'm sure you know what I'm about to say since we all saw it. Christian Watson drops the catch, and the first thing that goes through my mind is Ryan Schlip. Ryan Schlip had to mention that Christian Watson hadn't dropped a catch all year. Ryan Schlip mentions that Christian Watson hadn't dropped a catch all year. Ryan Schlip needs to stop talking about Christian Watson dropping catches. Ryan Schlip just needs to listen to us call in and not say anything for a little while until Thursday, maybe. Just a suggestion. Maybe just go, that's interesting. Nice call. Next caller. Just try it just one time, Ryan.
All right, I will officially cancel the podcast this week, and we will only do Packernet After Dark, and I will provide no insights on any statistics on the off chance that any positive statistics will go the other way. By the way, I did say knock on wood. I did the best I could to unjinx it, but it's too late, man. The jinx is too strong, and it is what it is.
I knew they were going to try to get McCaffrey on that. The hell with you. It ain't working. The defense is in effect today. Let's go, defense. Go, Pack, go.
Not sure the context of that, but sound like you're happy.
Hey, what's up, Ryan? Yeah, watching the game. It's the third quarter. About 9 minutes, 30 seconds left in the quarter. And it feels like the Packers are, they're going into their weekly breakdown portion of the game. Jordan just almost threw a pick, but that disgusting throw behind Dobbs is absolutely disgusting. And then he follows that up with stepping up into the pocket, but I don't know what that was. He kind of stepped past the pocket and into a sack. Look here. Oh, and there was a holding on the next play, the punt. There was a holding too. So yes, the Packers are on their weekly breakdown. Oh no, that holding call was. Oh God, that holding call was on the. What was that on us? Anyhow, hopefully they pull their head out of their asses and get it back together, because while they do look good overall, I feel like they should be running up the score. But looking around the league, I'm not even that upset, because Kansas City barely won against the Panthers. Vikings barely won against the Bears, which, by the way, the Bears are a completely different team with their new offensive coordinator. Lions, I think they won. I don't think they blew out the Colts. So it seems like the racking up the score our portion of the season is come to a close. Seems like games are getting more competitive. So with that being said, I'm not too upset as to where the Packers are right now, because they do look good overall. Just I don't know, Love worries me, man. I feel like Love gets hot. He's just so streaky. He gets hot, and then he gets boneheaded, and then he gets hot, and it's just like, just stop. Please stop. All right, bro. Gotta go finish this game. Bye.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was referring to, as far as like, you don't want to be upset, and you haven't seen the final score yet, so I'm sure you probably start to get happier as we go along here, but you don't want to be upset about the situation, but at the same time, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and lie and pretend Jordan had a good day, because he didn't. He didn't. He was pretty bad in this game, just all around. I thought the accuracy was terrible. The decision-making was terrible. I'm quite positive I saw the grading, the preliminary. He did not grade out very well today, so no interceptions, yet bad grade. Why? He's just bad. But, he did enough, and he was cautious enough, although he threw a pick that got dropped, and he threw it right to a freaking 49er, but whatever, we'll pretend that didn't happen, and we'll go on with our lives. But look, the bottom line is, again, won the game. That's the most important. Obliterated the 49ers, decimated their season, crushed their spirit. Beautiful game. And then the question of, has the team turned the corner? The answer, honestly, is no. I'm not looking at the team and going, this is the team right here. This is the playoff football I've been waiting for. It's not. No, it's not. You still got the drops, and you had one of the more inaccurate games from Jordan of the entire year, in my opinion. So, no, I don't think yet. I'm hopeful. Fingers crossed we'll get there. But, again, right now it's just win the game, and hopefully next week we can be that playoff team that we need to be.
Yeah! Interception, McKinney. Let's go.
All right. Why don't we take a break here? Hopefully we got maybe one more McKinney call. That's about it. But either way, we'll take a break. We'll be right back.
JJ, man, how cool is it that we're kind of giving him some love, getting him his flowers with some touchdowns. I don't feel like he's scored a ton this year, and for how hard he's worked and tough he's been, it's kind of cool to get him in the end zone. But man, if we don't get that holding call on the return, and then I actually think that Allen probably throws the ball with a little bit more zing than Purdy does. I mean, he gunned that into Debo, and Debo just was probably a surprise because he's used to getting stuff that has that much heat on it. Kind of fell into the X-Men's lap, and don't get me wrong, like converting on that, you got to do it. But gosh, it could be a little bit different. But the point is, it's not. And for how many times we've played these boys and had stuff where it has, it's kind of nice to be getting some breaks. I hope Dobbs is okay. I'm sure he is. But golly, 24/7. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, Packers did catch some breaks, and again, some people might use that also as a way to be negative about the Packers, that, well, we didn't beat them, they beat themselves. Listen, the Packers have been the more unprepared team all year long, and the whole point is they need to be more disciplined, and they need to be the more disciplined team, and they were. They were the more disciplined team this week.
Hi, Ryan. It's Randy from Minnesota.
Hey.
Oh, my gosh. Are we exercising some demons tonight? I don't want to hear about how many people they have out, blah, blah, blah. You know what? We've had the same situation before. And 3 things. 1, Quay Walker's actually playing a good game. Lucas Van Ness is actually playing a good game. And can you believe we made a 51-yard field goal? Wow. I hope Romeo is not out long. That was a pretty nasty head bump he hit in the end zone, but it just feels so good, so darn good to beat the Niners. We still got about maybe 10 minutes left in this game. I don't see it happening. Knock on wood. I'm not counting my chickens before they're hatched, but gosh, this feels good. Anyway, love the callers. Go Pack, go. Bye.
That's the most important thing, man. If you can't enjoy a blowout victory against one of your most hated rivals, you'll just never be happy. So, very, very good day.
Daddy! JJ with a hat trick! Man. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out whether or not I think the defense is playing really well, but with how many times we've had a backup, come in and do work, we've gotten some breaks. There's no doubt about that, but good on them for getting that turnover there. Van Ness, I know we've all been bagging on him, and I don't think that this changed anything, but they did what they needed to do, man. They got a turnover. We capitalized. Our red zone, 4 for 4. 31-10. I don't know if we'll get to 41, but it's a whole lot better, man. A whole lot better. It's nice to kind of exercise a little bit of demons on these guys. Let's lock it down.
Yeah, and again, as far as like that whole backup quarterback thing, how many times did the backup quarterbacks come in and just look terrible compared to how the heck did they suddenly become Tom Brady? I mean, really, I know the stats didn't look that good, but I mean, the interception, that wasn't his fault. It went right through the receiver's hands. A lot of the other incompletions were throwaways because there's nobody open, but he made a smart decision. He rolls out of the pocket, tries to find anyone, throws somebody away. Had that other play where his receiver slipped and didn't get his head around in time, hit him right in the face. I mean, I thought he executed at a fairly high level. On top of that, as far as the defense is concerned, they held the defense to 2 point some odd runs per carry at the end of the game and 10 points. So, I think they deserve some credit for sure, especially since some guys stepped up that we haven't seen before, like Van Ness, Bullard, and Quay.
What's going on? It's Omar Firefighter. How y'all doing? We got the W. We got the win. I was just telling my friend that's here, I was like, love Christian Watson. He dropped that pass, and I said, man, they need to act like Heath. And I said, as a matter of fact, I even called up here before and said it like that. He plays like if he doesn't catch the football, his child is like going to die or something. Like he plays like his life is on the line. And he doesn't drop passes. I'm sure he has a drop pass too, but he gives
For the record, if he drops a pass now, you all better start yelling at Omar. I don't want, you come at me like that.
He can to catch the football. And that proves it even right there on that pass, he received a touchdown. Like literally, he even just got it. Like he didn't let nobody stop him. The exact same thing that did at Watson and everybody else, he just stepped up. So I just want to say I appreciate that.
For sure.
We won, but we were struggling with these backups, which is a little confusing. But I like how they didn't have Jordan Love basically take over the game. It was basically just run the ball. And I think that's how we need to be. I still am pissed off with Love. Like, I'm not understanding what he's looking at. It's like he plays like I can make every pass, which
I mean, that could be a good thing, but it's like these people are not open. And I feel like by us winning, I don't feel like LaFleur is getting at them like, hey, you cannot throw these passes. Like, I wish I was the fly on the wall and could actually hear. Are they telling him, like, don't ever do this again? Or are they saying, hey, just watch the ball? Like, I feel like they're not putting the pressure on him to stop. So he needs to do that or we're not going to go forward. But I appreciate the win. I'm happy about the win. And hopefully this makes Lucas Van Ness play better. Now he got a actual stat. But even though it's because QB slip, hopefully that gives his mind that he can play in the NFL and steps up. Anyway, go Pack, go. Congratulations, everybody. All right, bye.
Yeah, I don't know, man. And it's, it's not even necessarily all the decisions. I mean, some of them are just stupid, like the one that was almost an interception. I don't know what the plan for that even was. But a lot of it is just accuracy. I mean, if it looks like a bad, I mean, even the one that was almost intercepted, that I'm guessing if you go back and watch it, if you put some air under it, that could have been a good pass, but Christian had to come back and try to go through the guy to play defense because, it was just massively underthrown. I just think his accuracy has been terrible. And it's just putting the ball where it's not supposed to be, like the pick last week. It wasn't a bad decision. It was a good decision. Horrific accuracy. Just went sailing over a 6'5" tight end's head somehow and ends up getting picked. So, I don't know. I don't know what the issue is, man. I mean, I understand he had some good throws, but everybody has good throws. I mean, Drake May had some beautiful throws this week, and I mean, everybody does. It's just Jordan has at no point this year demonstrated that he's a special quarterback. I think I'm on the fence as to whether or not he's like real good. I think he's more in the like, yeah, he's pretty good kind of category. But I don't know. It just is what it is, I guess, for now. I'm sure it'll turn around. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
Ryan, what's up? Kyle from Madison, dude. What is up? It is 38-10 Pack, 4 minutes left. Man, what to say about this game? I mean, we're going to win it. We're going to win it by a lot. The defense played really well. I thought there was a couple head scratchers like, dude, how do you not cover Kittles? And I don't know. There's some inexplicable stuff, but I can't really complain too much. I mean, they played really well, and Shanahan definitely had to get in his bag, make some stuff happen on offense. I mean, he was pulling out the double reverse swing pass. I mean, I don't know. Defense played well. I totally called it right before the McKinney freaking pick. It's always fun when that happens, when you call it. Offense bogged down a little bit. Like, we just haven't seen the offense of last year yet. This was certainly encouraging. And they got some guys out there. How did that Renardo Green guy grade out? Just curious on PFF. I remember being interested in him in the draft, but then I kind of forgot about him, and then I see he's playing for the Niners. I thought he played okay. Maybe I'm wrong, but the eye test, like, he looked active at least. I don't know where he ended up getting drafted, but that was somebody I thought would be kind of nice in the secondary for the Pack. So good for them, I guess. The rest of it, though, I don't know, man. Like, our offense, sometimes I think LaFleur and Love kind of get in. They think they're playing Madden sometimes. Oh man, the Watson drop just hurts me. That hurts me. Love can't go out there and hand him a better ball,
Yep.
So obviously he's got to catch that. I think it ended up costing me like $800 too. I had like a 5-way parlay, and I just needed a touchdown from Watson, and I needed 2 from Jacobs and Swift and a bunch of other guys, but if the only one didn't hit was Watson, man.
Wow.
That's doubly painful. But I mean, I can't complain about anything really after victory. I just kind of wish they would be a little more, I don't know if cohesive is the right thing on offense, but like, I don't know, have a game philosophy and follow it. It feels really kind of start-stop and kind of scattershot, but still, I will say though, like, they played very collaboratively with the defense. Like, when they produced this turnover, the offense was cooking right away. That's good to see.
Yep.
They were cold-blooded about that. It's too bad that the freaking Cardinals are going to lose, it looks like, because the Niners, even with this loss, are going to be 5-6. Everybody else maybe be 6-5. I don't love that. But anyway, man, great victory. Go Pack, go.
Yeah, and that's sort of the feeling that I was, again, trying to battle is, please don't be upset about this. Like, it was dominant, and I couldn't get that voice out of my head. I was like, yeah, but it just wasn't, just like, I don't know. But again, that's it. It was as good of a game as you could possibly ask, but did they turn the page? No. Is this a team that's going to win the Super Bowl? No. Is Jordan Love playing at a really high level? No. None of these things are happening. The defense was not necessarily dominant. The turnovers are great, but the turnovers are fleeting. That's not necessarily something you count on from week to week, because if next week they have no turnovers, how good is the defense overall? Very different, right? But you take it this week. Bernardo Green is having a pretty good, very inconsistent, but pretty good season for a rookie second-round pick, Florida State guy. I don't know the grade from this game, obviously, but he has a 79 grade so far overall, about an 80 coverage grade, but really just 3 good games all year. Seattle, he had a 77, Dallas a 91, and Tampa Bay an 83. So three good games. 2 of them were very good. One of them was elite, which is kind of carrying his grade up. But still, for a rookie second-round pick, I think you take the inconsistency and hope that just kind of improves. Mr. Der Trader.
Hey, this is Jared, the Uber driver from Houston.
What's up?
And, go Pack, go. Watching the end of the game, about 4 minutes left. Almost another pick. Go Pack, go. I know there might be some things I might have to work on, but if anybody calls in negative about this game, I think you should skip their calls. Just saying. All right. Go Pack, go. Good game. Love this energy. Hope the Packers keep this up. Go Pack, go.
Well, I hope they keep up the beating the crap out of people, that's for sure. And I was definitely frustrated to see Miami absolutely dominate. It's like, well, it's New England. It's like, yeah, but New England's been playing better. New England has not been as terrible. They certainly aren't getting blown out by everybody every week. They just beat the Bears, for one thing. So it's a little frustrating to see that, but short week against Miami. Hopefully we can put together a win. Hopefully Miami isn't really catching heat right now. I just feel like we've just been getting terrible luck. I know it seems stupid with all the injuries, but can we catch a freaking break? Maybe nobody agrees with this backup quarterback thing, but I was even watching some of the 49ers coverage afterward, and they were like, he wasn't the problem. He did a great job. It was just all this other crap. But yeah, we're catching everybody when they're getting hot, and every other freaking team, Lions are catching people when they're, I don't know, whatever. It is what it is, man. We caught them, we beat the crap out of them, and hopefully Miami is just not about to go on a tear right now.
One more thing. So, I did as I was told and cheered for the Bears today. Can I just say, that little small glimpse of being a Bears fan, just having just a rooting interest for 3 hours, man, painful. That's enough. I don't need. What a freaking heartbreaking franchise, man. I wish they would have beat the Vikings, but man, if they're not gonna, that's pretty sweet too. Man, though, I actually got myself to the point where I was rooting for them to win, in the last half of the fourth quarter and then overtime, and it just, made me feel sick, man. Yeah. What else can you say really about the Bears right now? I don't know. Anyway, you'll have fun with that, I'm sure. But, yeah, we got, the victory cigar that is Malik Willis is in the game now. So, pretty good game by 10 today. Somebody actually dropped an interception for the freaking first time this year. So, I don't know. I thought he played pretty well. They didn't really ask him to do too much, but he did he made a couple pretty dang nice throws. I'm thinking of the one up the middle to Dobbs on a 3rd and long. He had a couple good third downs. He could play a little better too, but he had a clean game.
I think the best catch of the game might have been Jordan Love catching his own fumble from, I think, was it Floyd that knocked it out of his hands, and then he caught it and he took a sack, but
that was real bad.
That was kind of a big moment in the game. You don't want to let the Niners back in. So we let them hang around. There's some things we can do better, but, hey, man, what are we, 8-3?
Yeah, dude.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah, 8-3. I don't know the last time we started 8-3. Maybe we did that in 2020. We had a pretty good record that year, but it's about as good as you can ask. And again, I understand the discomfort. I feel it in my bones. The discomfort with, I don't know how much longer these win streaks continue if we don't start playing a little bit better brand of football. But at the same time, for every bad thing you can say, there was a lot of good things. Josh Jacobs playing out of his mind, the offensive line actually blocking, not just pass blocking, but run blocking, Tucker Kraft blowing up. The fact that we have so many weapons so that even if one guy or really nobody's blowing up, we get a little bit from Dawes, we get a little bit from Kraft, we get a little bit from Reed, we get a little bit. The offense just starts cruising. And by the way, whatever their offensive rank DVOA was before, they just went up. They just went up for sure. So this is still going to be renowned as one of the surely top 5 offenses in football. But it still just makes you nervous. You feel like you're on shaky ground a little bit, but you could not have asked for a better result as far as, the result. The 49ers are, they kicked us out of the playoffs last year. We basically kicked them out of the playoffs this year is essentially what just happened. So, feels good. Feels real, real good.
Here's a win, dude. That was awesome, man. I felt like LaFleur really used Josh Jacobs to our advantage. He used him correctly. The play calling was great. I still question Jordan Love. He got lucky, got away with a couple picks, but he didn't get any picks, so I guess we're in a step in the right direction. Must be throwing him too hard for them to pick him off, I guess. I don't know. But, what was nice is that when Emmanuel Wilson would go in, he was effective too. And when he can be effective along with Jacobs, like that makes a world of difference. But, man, like our defense, like
I tell you what, I'm excited to have Josh Jacobs for the next 4 years at least, because that dude's sticking around the whole it's basically a 1 year. Screw that. That guy's staying. He's what, 26? He's staying until he's 30 unless his body starts to break down. And then, remember, we got a rookie in Marshawn Lloyd behind him for the next 4 years, 3 after this. And, and then we got a third running back. So I really feel like for the foreseeable future, we've got a solid rotation. I don't know what the rookie's going to be, but I'm excited to see how much pain we can. If you want to run the ball 50 freaking times, you could legitimately do it. I don't think there's any scenario you would actually need to do that. But if you wanted to, you could feasibly do it.
Look, I know it was Brandon Allen, but again, like we've been talking about all this week, they still have the weapons, and they kind of show that they still have the weapons, and it didn't really matter who was at quarterback. And they were getting some plays, but at the end of the day, the defense stepped up, man, and they did everything they needed to do, man.
Yep.
And as for the freaking pick, man, I've been waiting a long time for that. I love when he gets a pick. It's awesome. And Quay Walker should have had a pick, honestly. That pissed me off. Freaking tan hands. But what was really freaking awesome and just made my night about the whole game was, we're up 31-10. And instead of being conservative and just kind of run the ball, whatever, run a few plays, it looked like LaFleur actually called a game to go down and score again just to spite him. Just to say, screw you, 49ers. Screw you, you motherfuckers. You're not going to freaking come.
All right, I'm going to have to go back and edit that one. All right, continuing.
To our house after you freaking eliminated us from the playoffs last year. Screw you. And man, that was just awesome just to run up the score, just to say screw you. Just freaking amazing, man. And, dude, in all reality, man, like, we've been talking about Van Ness, but not being good, but, dude, he came through. He came through when we needed him. And he, got that Brandon Allen and forced that fumble there. And it was great. And so I think we're starting to see a little bit better stuff from the defense, but it's just the corner is clearly a problem, and guys can't cover, and that's what I worry about going forward. But other than that, I don't know. We couldn't really get all that much pressure, but I mean, it didn't seem like the Niners were holding on every freaking play, and they weren't even calling it. But whatever. I'll call in tomorrow for Victory Monday. Love you all, and go Pack, go.
Yeah, and going for it on fourth was kind of interesting too. I mean, in hindsight, it would have been probably more of a kick in the nose to kick the field goal, because then you end up over 40, which we should have done. We should have just kicked it. 41 points. It looks better because, it's crossed another mile marker of the putting the 4 in front instead of the 3 in front. Despite being a 3-point difference, it feels a lot bigger than that. But at the same time, it felt kind of like, I mean, I'm guessing they weren't doing it just out of pity, and then they were just going to run out the clock to save them. Maybe, I don't know, but kind of just felt like, let's see if we can punch it in again. Didn't work out, but if that was the plan, I respect it.
Going on, Ryan, Chris from Alabama. That's how you win a ball game right there.
Yep.
That's what I'm talking about. 38-10. Capitalize on all the mistakes that the other team make. What, 3 for 3, or was it 4 for 4 in the red zone? I believe it was 3 for 3 in the red zone, 100% in the red zone. You know what I'm saying? Touchdowns on all the drives. Josh Jacobs with a day, 3 touchdowns. Man, defense played great. 3 takeaways. Points on all 3 takeaways. Hey, complete game. But, I mean, it is some stuff that you might want. It ain't a lot. It is some stuff that we still got to clean up. But a win is a win, nevertheless. The score definitely could have been easily, 45-10, 45-7, or 45-3. It could have been worse than what it was. But all in all, great game. Offense did his thing. Not too many mistakes. Although Jordan put the ball in harm's way a couple of times, he really could have had 3 interceptions in this game.
Yep.
2 for sure. 1, I ain't gonna say it's his fault, because Dobbs, the ball was kind of wonky coming out. And Dobbs kind of got behind him, but still all in all, if you're a wide receiver, you get your hands on it, you got to catch it. That could have been 1, but the other 2 were definitely on Jordan. So, going forward, he just gotta not try to put that ball in harm's way. But it don't go down in the stats because the 49ers couldn't catch the ball. So we could have easily had 4 takeaways. Quay dropped the interception early in the game. It looked like he was trying to catch the thing with his elbows, but I don't know what that was. But it don't matter, man. We got the win. Short week. We got Miami coming in. That should be one. Miami is trying to fight in the ALC for a playoff spot, but I really think that we should go ahead and handle our business against them. Tua can't play in cold weather, so I'm not really worried about it. But all in all, we still have to go out there and execute and play a clean ball game. We play like we played today. It'll be a breeze Thursday. Great win today. I know I'm interested in hearing some more calls, because there's probably going to be some people that has a lot more, dissatisfaction with the game, but we'll see, man. I'll sit back and listen. Great win today. On to the Dolphins. Go Pack, go, and I'll talk to y'all later.
Well, it's like you said, it's not just them making mistakes. It's about being able to capitalize on it too. Was it the Texans-Lions game where Goff threw, 5 interceptions and the Texans still lost the game? It just absolutely, or maybe it was the other way around. Either way, Goff was garbage. But what does it matter? If they're going to give you the game, you got to be able to take it. And that sounds simple enough, but we've seen far too often that isn't the case. And every time they gave us a gift, we took it full advantage of that. So that all adds up. That all matters. You're right. There is stuff to clean up. And again, I think the goal for this week is to acknowledge it, but absolutely not fixate on it, because that would be ridiculous in a 38-10 win over a team that has been terrorizing you. So Anyways, I really got to get out of here. It's getting super late. So you guys have a good rest of your night. I will talk to you tomorrow. Have a good one. Bye-bye.